Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Greetings, people. Come in here and fellowship with the dribble. This is one of my new releases from Fashion Bomb Couture. Big chillin'. You can go to my website and get this dandy. It's a sneakerhead's dream. Anyway, come on in here and talk to the dribble. It's a little bit after 10:30, and we got things to talk about. Subscribe to the channel. I know y'all want to holler at the dribble, so I made myself available for you guys. Make sure y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed, man. I can't stress that enough. The subscriptions and the likes are a form of currency. I need y'all to come in here and pay me. Come in here and pay me. Come in here and pay me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. I hope y'all been enjoying my recent uploads. Keep some dope on the block for y'all. I do. Subscribe. He said Philly Trench is probably going crazy in there. If he got a cell phone, he probably gonna try to go live. You never know. He was a character. I don't like that he left behind all these goddamn videos with my name in it and shit. He about to go to the Who Scout for a dime or better, and he left all that bullshit behind with my name on it. Something I got to deal with. Y'all like the video? Good evening. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. You seen the title of the Big Brother Dribble Almighty. Yeah. Y'all seen the title of the video. It says Diddy is going to the Bahamas. I think he is. The Bahamas is another name for the penitentiary. It is. It is. It's a sarcasm, but yeah, he's probably going to the Bahamas. I ain't lying. Puffy extorted Cassie mom for $20K. Man, they keep having these people get on that stand, man, talking about the brutality, man. I think the brutality is going to get him convicted. I do. If they can't prove the whole sexual, all of the sexual charges that's attached to this case, if they can't prove the sex trafficking and all of that type of crazy shit, the brutality, the testimony about the brutality is gonna get him convicted. Them women in that jury, man, they not gonna let that shit slide, yo. They not. They proved like 70% of the case already. See the notifications just now going out. He said the defense destroyed Don. This is the thing, though, right? When you have a jury trial, that shit that she said, even though the defense is coming through cleaning up shit, right? But the shit that she said, man, that's not gonna escape their memory, especially women. That's not gonna escape their memory, man. I don't know what type of vendetta Don had against him, but she said some real damaging shit up there, and they not gonna forget it. I don't think that they're gonna forget it. The whole the brutal aspect, man, all of the ass kicking, you know, the thing with the frying pan and all of that type of shit. Them people is not gonna forget that shit. They not. The beatings he did to Cassie was sickening. Yeah, kicked her in her stomach. The whole thing with the skillet about the eggs and shit like that. I don't know what type of shit he was on, man. Where it's almost like he was sadistic, like he got a kick out of some type of freaky turn on out of kicking that girl ass. I don't know what the fuck that was about. That jury is soaking all of that shit up, and even though it's gonna be a long trial, it's still, you know, probably gonna go all the way to like August or September. That shit that Don Richards said was damaging as a motherfucker, yo. It was. The gash over Cassie I would have stopped the pro fight. Thank you. He said, like Rick James said, cocaine is a hell of a drug. He had to been on something. He had to been on something. I had a relative that used to drink a lot of alcohol, and whenever he didn't have it, he was real, real grouchy and shit like that. It was almost like withdrawal, a angry form of withdrawal or something like that. If Diddy didn't have them pills and shit, that shit that they said he was dealing with, if he didn't have them drugs up in him, that shit had to affect him in some way. If he didn't have it, if he was dependent on these drugs, on these narcotics, if he didn't have it, it had to affect him some way. And I think it made him violent, for real. What do you think about the New Orleans escapees? That shit was funny as hell. That video of them niggas running down the steps. That shit looked like a game of freeze tag in the projects. If you ever from the Jacks, I don't know if y'all remember back when we was kids, man. We used to play hide and go seek and freeze tag with the whole projects. Y'all remember that? Playing tag with the whole Jacks. You know how after we did the, you know, bubblegum in the dish. How many peeps do you wish? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. After we did that and everybody took off running, that's what that shit looked like when them niggas was running down them steps. It did. It looked like recess. I said, damn, these niggas is trying to get free, man. That looked like a free-for-all, man. I don't think all of them niggas was involved with that escape. I think just a couple niggas was doing it, and the rest of them niggas got hip. Like, man, I'm going too. I'm going too. Because that's too many people. That's too many eyes and ears to involve with an escape. Because you got to worry about somebody telling on you and shit. You know what I'm saying? An escape would be, it would be something that the people involved would be keeping a secret. They're not going to tell 12 motherfuckers. Some of them niggas, when they got to running out that hole, it was niggas just going, man, I'm out. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Youngstown, what up? They said a janitor was arrested for helping them. All them drugs Diddy was taking have to have fucked up his brain chemistry. He was a multi-millionaire tweaker. I agree. Sliced by sales. I hope that you were appeased by whatever I answered. Thank you. Y'all like the video, man. Share this to your social medias, man. For some reason, whenever I go live, man, some nights they'll send the notifications out. Other nights, they don't. But we can counterattack that if y'all just share these live streams to y'all personal platforms. One of the dudes on the run got 4 bodies. Yeah, I was just looking at him. He got a story. You gotta expect the dude with the 4 bodies. He's gonna run the hardest because he probably was never gonna get out of jail. So if he got just an inch of daylight, you know he trying to get low, for real. How does it work with a RICO charge? I never heard of a RICO charge with the only person, Diddy. I've said this in prior live streams that this was a RICO case. I don't know why people didn't remember that. A RICO indicates a conspiracy of some type. He has to be in concert with some other people. There's some other people involved with it. I don't know why it's still a secret. I don't know whether they plan to. I don't know. This is very different. I never seen the RICO case tied to sexual assaults and shit like that. It's very different. Normally, when it's a RICO, there's an extreme amount of criminal activity. Only thing that you can confuse with criminal activity in this is the sex trafficking, and that's the sex trafficking would be them niggas, all of them niggas that they had, them escorts. If he flew them niggas over state lines, and he did, That's what the government refers to as sex trafficking. Yeah. The prison system in New Orleans must be outdated. You're not escaping like that for no East Coast place. Nah, not at all. It's probably an old jail. All of the new jails, they all are kind of built similar pods. Aren't they giving some big reward money for those escaped inmates? I heard that somebody collected money off of one of them guys. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I know they caught them niggas in a hurry. For real. The dude with the 4 bodies, he got the reason to get low because this is his only chance. That jailbreak, that's gonna be on my one of my favorite shows. It's called I Almost Got Away with It. Them niggas gonna be an episode on there any day now. So do you think they're gonna give Diddy all day? I don't know how many of the charges he gonna get found guilty of. The brutality, the assaults, the ass kicking. The ass kicking, it sounds more damaging than the sex shit. The sex shit, based on what she said out of her mouth, she was with it. She was with it. For real. She was with it. But the ass kicking, all of that ass kicking, man, like that jury, it's women in that jury that's listening to that shit, yo. And they looking at that girl on that stand and shit. They like, man, he was kicking this girl all in her stomach. And the shit with the frying pan, like he was bugging the fuck out. He was. He was. He said she's still with it. But he's not on trial for the beatings. I know that. But the beatings and them listening to that will prejudice the fuck out of the jury, man. Man, when they get to deliberating, there's people that listen to that shit that's saying to themselves, oh, he's guilty of something like that. There's people who's already convicting him in their head, for real. And no testimony is going to change that. There might be something that can sway members of the jury, but there's people in that jury who have been prejudiced in an extreme manner listening to him kicking her ass like that. For real. Diddy getting convicted and ain't no free that's freeing him. They showing hella bruises and swelling. Every man should be watching this case to learn from. I don't think every man ain't kicking no ass like that, man. I don't know why he was hung up on her like that. You would think he had other bras that he could. I mean, every man that been hung up on a specific broad. This could have been the one that had the claws on him, but he was tripping, yo. Like he was whooping her ass in front of people and shit. Like homegirl testified that this shit was going on around Harv Pierre and I think Neo. Like some damaging shit that she's saying, for real. Do you think her husband will divorce her? They got a kid together now. I don't know. He had to understand that he was dealing with damaged goods. Like, he's a physical trainer. Diddy is who he is. He got to know that this girl was eating Diddy, got all crazy and all of that, and he didn't care. He was still kissing her and shit like that. First chance he could get. So there's men who are bottom feeders like that. He might not care. He might not care. At the end of the day, he's just a physical trainer and shit. She's the one that she got 30 M's, at least 30 M's and shit. She got all the money. I don't think he got a bunch of money. So is he gonna leave her? Probably not. He probably telling her how much he love her right now, trying to secure his future. For real. He says she probably go upside his head now. I feel bad his daughter's got to hear this. His son's got to hear it too. And his mama, his whole family in there listening to that shit. Yeah. His whole family in there listening to that shit. What's up? Would you go on Mad Papa? Why would I go on a battle rapper's platform? That don't make no sense. If he was still my expert opinion, I wouldn't have went on there. I don't like the nigga. Why would I go on his platform? I've often spoken about not liking the nigga. Before all of this happened, no. Cassandra mom has to be mortified and embarrassed of the things that have come out about her daughter and what she did. Them kids, Mama Combs, and everybody else been knew how Diddy get down. Shh. He got some serious issues. He don't. I don't think if he let's hypothetically say he's convicted and goes to prison, he'll never be in general population. He know better. And after the shit that happened to Tory Lanez, I don't see no entertainers fucking around with population like that no more. Nah. When are you and Doggy Diamonds gonna collab? Never. Why do y'all be trying to put us together? Why do y'all trying to put us together? Why do y'all be trying to attach us to each other? I think I got things under control here. I don't need Doggy Diamonds' help. Doggy Diamonds don't need my help. Why y'all be trying to attach us to each other and shit? I don't understand. Diddy's going to the feds. He gonna be a big dog. Man, that nigga ain't going to nobody's population in no prison, man. At all. It all stems from Mama Combs and them wild parties when Diddy was young. He saw a lot early. I agree with you. Learned behavior, low key. Diddy was seeing these types of parties thrown in Harlem by his moms. Look how fast I zapped you out this chat forever. Domestic violence and sexual preferences. Where's the RICO at? That's a question I've been asking myself from the time that they raided his property with the machine guns and all of that shit. They took computers and all. I don't know. I don't know. We still don't know who he's supposed to have conspired with. I think maybe Harv Pierre and those people were the people that they're saying that he conspired with. I think the bad boy organization is the RICO. I don't know. He can hit a soft, medium federal yard. It's interesting how Suge Knight is critiquing this case given their history. Will we see the videos? Of course not. You want to see some freak videos online? You want to see some freak Blade videos online, man? Some Blade threesomes and shit like that? Why would you even want to see that shit? No, they ain't gonna show that shit to the public. Salute to everyone here today, respectfully. Salute to you too. Man, he's going to get 60 years. Don Richard, former Bad Boy artist, testified today. She said some very, very damaging things. That whole episode that happened in the kitchen with the frying pan and the eggs and shit like that, that jury is never gonna forget that shit. No matter what the defense say or what the defense do, they not gonna. A nigga with a frying pan is out of control. There's some. They ain't gonna forget that. They not. Boom, boom. You see how many people I can zap out of here, man. I'm hitting you niggas one at a time. He said, you know he ain't on trial for domestic violence. You don't seem to be fucking hearing what the fuck I'm saying. I'm saying that the shit that they saying about him kicking her ass will prejudice the fucking jury to the point they convict his ass of some wrongdoing. That is the shit that The shit that she's saying on that stand is not gonna help his case. Is gonna make it worse. There's women on that jury. The fuck, what part don't you understand? He says a frying pan. That's some Tom and Jerry shit. Yeah. What'd he do with the frying pan? Went upside her motherfucking head with the frying pan. With the eggs in it. About some eggs. He flipped out on a girl about some eggs. That sound like somebody raging off drugs, man. Like he probably, it was early in the morning, I imagine. Probably done been up all night. Tripping. He said the frying pan is out of pocket. He said, Jesus, that's the come down. Yeah, I guess that's what they call it. You know, you guys who like cocaine and pills and shit like that, the early morning shit. I'm pretty sure that after y'all done been up all goddamn night, y'all moves be in disarray. Her friend testified and said he beat her ass for taking too long in the bathroom. He was tweaking. Yeah. He seemed like he was on steroids. It seems like roid rage. Exactly. That's exactly what it. I get roid rage vibes. I do. What are your thoughts on Ticket TV saying he's going to prison? The name of this video is Diddy is probably going to the Bahamas. The Bahamas means prison. Dude, that's a sarcastic name for the pokey. That's the name of this video. The shit that Don said today, in addition to what he's being charged with, it didn't help his case. It's not. It's not. Diddy can buy escorts cheap now with zoom zooms and wham whams. Savage Sports Fan, thank you. Son got stuck in that character playing Nicky Barnes in Carlito's Way. Man, I don't know how y'all. I don't know how many of y'all are keeping up with what's going on, or who have been watching Crime and Law YouTube channel. That's who giving the blow by blow. I listened to some of it, some of the trial earlier today, but Don's testimony would it just. I was floored. I'm like, damn. I'm like. I don't know what the fuck he was on, man. You could definitely tell drugs was involved. He put himself in that position. He got to bite that. He said, what, you serious? Frying pan? That's crazy. A fucking frying pan, man. Is that hard to believe to y'all? Is that hard to believe to y'all? I could imagine the frying pan would probably be hot. He took it off the stove. I don't know if the eggs was frying already. But he's bugging the fuck out, man. Why the fuck would you go at the bitch with a fucking frying pan? Like, you tripping. He's tripping. Most definitely high-end drugs. Y'all tripping about the frying pan. I didn't make this up. Y'all can go to Crime and Law's YouTube channel, and they'll tell you about Don Richard's testimony today. Big Deal said he gave her a concussion. He had flashbacks to those "This Is Your Brain on Drugs" commercials. They're trying to do Diddy like Martha Stewart and Leona Hemsley. They really don't have no charges, but people just didn't like their character. I don't believe the lies. Let me tell you something, right? He already paid a civil suit to Cassie. He paid it the day after the civil suit was lodged against him. Now you have eyewitnesses testifying to watching him kicking her ass and shit. he's guilty of something. I mean, these people they didn't collectively conspire to start talking about him beating on this girl like that. Uh, I don't know what's Don Richards' motive. I don't. But she said she was an eyewitness, and not only that, she said Harve Pierre was there. She named about 7 or 8 people that was there. Yeah. He paid $5 million to the escort dude. He already publicly apologized, which it means he admitted guilt already. So many vids are gonna help cook him. Most information. You fucked that up. But is he guilty of trafficking in RICO? If he flew those escorts in, that's fucking sex trafficking. To answer your question, if he flew them escorts in, you see how many of them? He had no pics. They was all different races. They all different faces. If he flew these people in for their services, that's sex trafficking. Yes. What happened to his celeb friends? They mentioned Usher's name today. They mentioned Neo's name today. Expected as the trial goes on, Don Richard, the chick that's testifying on him, she was a part of one of his groups. She was in 2 groups with him, as a matter of fact. She's a celeb. She wasn't that high profile, but hey, can't be bringing no work across state line. What you think about Cuddy testifying tomorrow? He gonna get up there. He gonna say more violent shit about Puff. They've already mentioned in transcripts about him blowing up Homeboy's car. They're gonna paint him to be a monster. That's why I say he's going to jail. For real. Some of the charges that he's been charged with, let's say the sexual shit. Based on Cassie's testimony, it sounded like she was culpable too, like she was with the shits. But the jury is listening to all of this violence and shit. They're painting him to be a monster, a freak too, a freak and a monster. There's women in the jury. There's things that's being said in front of these women. These are emotional women. Women are emotional. They're not gonna let it slide. They not. Those texts they read in court were wild. Looked like Diddy was more hyped for the male escorts, to the point of Cassidy saying she wanted to see him with another female. Diddy ghosted her after that. Gene Deal made a cameo. Gene might testify. Gene might be a witness. He's been telling everything the last couple 2 years and shit since he's been on YouTube. He might be a witness. Mark Curry might be a witness. Mark Curry says something about Diddy kicking her ass. He said, no, he was talking about Kim Porter. They would go into a room and she'll come out and her face will look different. I remember Dawn, also the white chick from Danny Kane, might pop up too. She been popping shit on video. I seen that. Cassie is complicit. Her hands are dirty. Never seen a one-person RICO. I thought it had to be 2 or more people involved for a RICO. I think that the RICO thing, remember the white boy who they said he would travel with him to go pick up the drugs and shit like that? He was arrested when this shit first happened. He might be a part of the RICO. Harve Pierre, he might be a part of the RICO. All he needs is one person. The jury is 8 men and 4 women. If Biggie was alive to see this, I wonder what his reaction would be. I think Big would have been left him for a long time ago. Somebody said TD Jakes. My thing is Gene ran through the Biggie stuff already, so once Sean Combs is locked up, what's he gonna talk about now? Gene strike me as the type of person who's gonna continue to make shit up. He's done that. He knows something about everything. He just talks and talks and talks and talks. Anything that these platforms ask Gene, he has a rebuttal. At no time has he said, I don't know about that or I wasn't there. Even if he wasn't there, he's gonna act like he was there. Like when he told that story about Suge putting Diddy in the full Nelson, that came out on this platform. Mark Curry said that. Gene got on the Art of Dialogue and started talking about it like he was there. He even mimicked the Jamaican's voice. Me don't watch television. Mark said that on his platform. Gene repeated everything that Mark said on another platform like he was there. I don't think he would be credible in the eyes of a jury. He just good for the internet with the stories. The part about Cassie wiring Bad Boy 20K that she received from her mother and Bad Boy sending it back seems like a lie. It makes me think they were framing him the whole time. Cassie was calling the escorts. That's more than one. Maybe she getting immunity for the testimony. Gene walking to the court like he was a star. Diddy getting karma for the bullshit he's done with Sean and everyone else. I think I agree. I think I agree with you. The main part that folks are missing is that none of this would be possible without Puffy's money and influence. The nigga that's fucking the Kardashian mom probably set it off. Is this what Diddy was trying to tell Fabulous by saying, come party with me at the round table with Jadakiss? I think so. The trial is bringing out the vultures. Wack was making Gene look like a punk, how he was talking to him. I never seen Gene back down like that. Diddy paid the lawsuit just for Shorty to still pull up and testify. I think she was subpoenaed by the feds. I think she probably didn't have any choice in the matter. Off subject. I don't even know what the fuck you talk about, man. You need to use some commas and shit. The feds say they were not using people who made public statements online. Okay. So how will his legacy and music be looked at now? People still gonna finger pop to his music. The music didn't he created the music in the studio. He created all of this action in bedrooms and hotel rooms and shit like that. The music got nothing to do with it. It's the same way people gonna continue to enjoy R. Kelly's music. The music has nothing to do with it. It's not. Maybe once they get his ass in a certain pickle, they probably will come for his masters. We seen them extract people's catalogs from him when they got their ass in a lot of trouble. We seen the government, we seen the law relieve niggas of them catalogs and shit when they get your ass up against the ropes. Do you think the media influenced the indictment? Nah, hell nah. The media wouldn't know anything. The media wouldn't know anything unless it was spoken by victims and shit like that. You got, when you talking about the media, you got victims who made videos. You got his bodyguards, not Gene, the other nigga, because Gene wasn't around after a period of time. Roger Bond is his name. All of them people, they disclosed what was going on. With the media didn't do nothing but cover what was said. They will auction it off for pennies on the dollar of his catalog back to the label. Well, Little Rod has been at the trial. I don't know if he was there today, but he's been spotted at the trial for several days. I'm pretty sure that he's probably gonna testify. Yeah. It's amazing Diddy been able to wild out for this long with no repercussions. He got money, man. And not only that, he was using blackmail tactics. He had people on camera and shit. He had people on camera. He can influence your behavior through blackmail. And that's something that has been raised at the trial. The thing that stands out to me, 50 Cent been telling us that P. Diddy is a weirdo. His lawsuit triggered the warrant, though. Cassie's lawsuit triggered all of this. You ever see the big homie CC interviews? Yeah. Them former bodyguards, they just tell everything. They probably gonna have to start making them niggas sign NDAs. Bodyguards, when they fall out with you, they go and tell all your business. How can you work for someone and protect someone that run on these platforms and talk greasy about them? Says a lot about the bodyguards. Pieces of shit. They act like being a bodyguard for Diddy didn't have any benefits or it didn't open doors for them. After they've been a bodyguard for Diddy, other entertainers see these guys and say, oh shit, if you protecting Puff, I can hire him. He's legit. I'll hire him. They act like being aligned with these dudes didn't do them any favors and shit. They almost like scorn women. Gene strike me as a salty dude. He's not speaking the truth. He has a personal vendetta. What you think about Diddy being a multi-millionaire and copping 8 balls? That's all they wanted to sniff, man. That's all they wanted to sniff. The cocaine that's in our community and the cocaine that's in the Hollywood community or the entertainment business is two totally different things. Did you see that? It's a documentary on Netflix about, it was this burglary ring that was breaking in houses in the Hollywood Hills and shit. And they broke into Paris Hilton's crib and they took her cocaine. That white boy said, Jesus Christ. He said, man, he said, Jesus Christ. I never sniffed cocaine that good in my life. He said, he was like, yo, did y'all see that joint? Yo. He said, man, I ain't never sniffed cocaine like that in my life. God damn, that shit was fire. Yo. He said, I seen that. It's called the bling ring. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah. Old Paris Hilton, she had a stash, man. They found her stash, man. They took her stash to their crib and party with that shit. That shit remind me of the movie Blow. When They was sitting, they was at the bar sniffing with Bobcat. He was like, "Oh my God, I can't feel my face. You mind if I do a line?" He was like, "Oh shit, I can't feel my face." Oh shit. I got a lot of PA this color, man. Go to the website. Paris used to be partying with Puff. The momentum is on Pillmatic 3. I'm still waiting for they first. He said Jewels and Wayne used that line on their mixtape. Jewels was really getting high. He couldn't feel his face either. We ended up learning that he was getting high. You seen all that nigga teeth, all his furniture fell out and shit. When he said he couldn't feel his face, he was dead serious. He was dead serious. Do you believe that shit with Buster? You talking about what Big CC is saying? I don't know. I wouldn't stand on nothing like that. That's some pretty heavy accusations. I think it's almost impossible for Buster to had been a celebrity this long and they wasn't seeing him with any broads. That don't make any sense, man. Like if he wasn't, if there was no broads around him, then you know what it is. He's a blizzard and shit. But goddamn, this nigga was in the video with Janet Jackson, man. Like I find it hard to believe he don't like pussy, man. For real. They said he's sweet. Oklahoma City destroyed Minnesota. They can't get scoring from anybody else besides Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. They said that was going to be a problem. OKC, they got a pretty rounded scoring attack. They do. Being a multimillionaire is vicious. I'm not a multimillionaire, but it seems like it would be fairly easy. All you got to do is have you a CPA in order to, tend to your finances and shit. And I think that at that point is when you should become real regular and shit. Once you filthy rich, you basically anything that you could desire, man. You got access to it. You can have it. The excess don't make any. I just don't understand it. But like I said, I'm not a multimillionaire. Some people probably get money and just lose their goddamn mind. That could be the case. Rich white girl stay with fish scale, and Bruno Mars got the best R&B got the best R&B cocaine songs. The Trey Lee post was fired. Thank you. I defended Puffy for years. I pray Hove not a butt pirate. Jay-Z's legit. Never met the guy. Seen him in concert a couple times. If you a fan of Jay-Z music, man, you know Jay-Z is a rare, rare species. The way he think, he's rapped about it. I keep my heads, both of them, where they supposed to be. Hoes will get you clapped and sidetracked from close feet. He's rapped about it. If you listen to his music, he's well put together, man. He is. Jay-Z and 50 Cent, they got their dribble right. They do. I just don't see them getting involved in no monkey shit. They tried it with Hove. Them lawyers put an end to that shit real, real fast. He said, you ever heard of October London? He sounds like Marvin Gaye. I heard that Snoop Dogg's artist. That music is fire. I've been listening to him for like the last 6 months. He's fire. I'm surprised that he's not a bigger star right now. If 106 and Park was around, he'd be out of here. While fame was still pouring champagne on girls, Ho was preparing to be a family man. 50 and Jay-Z both keep their street intuition intact at all times. He said, "What's new in the trial?" They saying that I said they saying Don Richard from Danny Kane testified today. Um, she said that she was present many a times when Puff was kicking Cassie ass. She said it was he would kick her ass in front of everybody, but she spoke about a specific incident that happened with a frying pan. She was in the kitchen talking to Cassie. Cassie was cooking breakfast, frying eggs, and Puff started screaming, "What the fuck is up with my eggs?" And she said, next thing you know, he appeared in the kitchen and he grabbed the skillet and went across her head. Jay-Z been consistently on point, 50 as well, but in a different way. I heard of stories about Diddy back in 96. These allegations aren't new. Come on, y'all. Did y'all not grow up in the 90s and didn't see Puff showing suspect aura? I was at the Revo convention. I shook this man's hand. As I'm approaching the stage, he spoke. He did a keynote address. He spoke to the whole Revo, and he's speaking to the entrepreneurs, and he's speaking to us. We in the audience. He like, yo, you guys that got media platforms, you inventors of tomorrow. Like it was like listening to Martin Luther King speech. He was very, very powerful speaker, man, in regards to being an entrepreneur. He's speaking black enterprise and shit like that. He said, anybody that want to come down here and shake my hand, y'all come on through. He shook everybody's hand. Like everybody stood up out of the seats and came down to the stage. And he walked to the front of the stage and he bent over and he's shaking everybody's hand. And as I'm walking up to go shake his hand, I'm looking at him because he's right there. I'm looking at him. I had seen him earlier in the day, but he had a lot of security around him. But when I went to shake his hand, I'm looking at him, sizing him up. He wasn't, the flimsy looking, like he used to be on TV doing all these funny dances and shit. The person who I seen on that stage, the nigga who hand I shook, was totally masculine, totally normal. Um, I didn't see it. I didn't. All of the fruity shit, I didn't see it. I didn't. But, looks can be deceiving. I'm just saying, the person that I seen that day at the Revo, it's a shame. Revolt is never coming back. Shout out to everybody who attended the Revo convention, man. The Revo, I went for 3 years straight. I went 3 years in a row. Some of the best times I had as Gully TV, man. That shit was just out of this world. It was. That was like one of the biggest things that happened to. They don't even have conventions anymore. I think Revolt was like one of the last ones and shit. It's fucked up that that shit ain't around no more, but that shit was really special. If you attended Revolt, you know what I'm talking about. You think Diddy ever getting out? Everybody get out eventually. Some niggas get out and go straight to the cemetery. I don't know. The name of this video is that he's going to the Bahamas. After Don's testimony today, I don't think that he can get a fair shake. Them women that's in that jury, they gonna show their ass, man. Like, they're not just describing him as deviantly sexual. They describing him as an abuser. You know what I'm saying? Like a psycho, for real. Stephen said Diddy is spanking this case. Have they said he had sex with a man yet or just Cassie? when they get to talking about him doing anything with a man, the lawsuits have said that he's supposed to have raped a guy. A lot of them people that was claiming that some of these allegations pertaining to this case, they were trying to pursue him under the John Doe and the Jane Doe shit. A couple of those people, I think several of them, the courts dismissed them. Like, you can't do this with the anonymous charges. Like, you got to reveal yourself. Think these people wanted to go Jane Doe, like a guy, for instance, the one that said he raped him. He don't want the world to know that he got raped and sodomized, so he's talking about John. He's want to be the John Doe and shit. I don't think that the courts allowed that. All feelings aside, using logic in the charges, nothing they brought supports sex trafficking charges. You seem not to be hearing me. I just told you, if you fly someone, if someone travels to you to perform sex acts, the law labels that sex trafficking. Even if these people do this shit for a living, they call it sex trafficking. Even if they were willing participants, it's against the law. Do he still own a liquor company? He never owned a liquor company. Nobody black owned no goddamn liquor companies. Everybody that stepped to us talking that liquor shit, man, and they was partnered with somebody. I think the company that he was beefing with, I think he tried to sue them. I think they own all of the liquors that they've been selling to black folks. I think one company has all of these name brand liquors that they've been selling to niggas and shit. Joe Mule, I appreciate your super chat. Jaquetta, I said it to him like 10 times. They can't be following the case. They can't. Like they've clearly described what sex trafficking is. Diageo, thank you. He said that's a whack law though. That law is real, and I'm gonna tell you why. They've put many pimps. I think one of them, Snooki, is still in the penitentiary. Good Game came home a couple of years ago. They give pimps these charges and shit. I think that's why a lot of pimps bowed out and said we can't do this anymore, because even though they have women who are down with selling their pussy, they down with the sex trade, they with it. The law states if you take them across state line, it's a charge. Abdul, thank you. Y'all like the video. It's almost 800 people here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. He said they changed the name to human trafficking. Okay. It's originally called the Mann Act. He said the Mann Law created for black men. Shit, they ain't just putting niggas in jail for that. They putting whoever. I'm pretty sure it's quite a few white men who've been charged with human trafficking and shit like that. Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate had an international human trafficking or sex trafficking case that he just got out on bail from it. I don't know if he still got the charges, but him and his brother had a mansion. They had a bunch of women living in the fucking mansion with them. They was doing some shit on the internet. Like, they might have been streaming, chicks streaming themselves voluntarily, playing with themselves, whatever the case. They charged them niggas. They just got out of jail. That law was made to take down Jack Johnson. I don't think there was no plea. Yeah, they tried to get Andrew Tate. They did. The law goes back to Jack Johnson and his white wife. If Puff was your man's and you peeped him moving reckless, would you have pulled his coat? In the way that I was raised, in the world that I've lived in, we've been taught that you don't get involved with a nigga when he's, I don't know, chastising his woman, whether he cussing her out, belittling her, whooping her ass, whatever. You don't get involved with that shit. You don't. I think primarily because they will end up back together and shit. Like, you just don't want to get in the middle of that. Like, I didn't see niggas. I done been around niggas went across they bitch head in front of me and shit. I didn't say shit. Like, like, like nothing happened. You know, you don't. I didn't tell him to chill out. I didn't say nothing, man. I'm like, yo, pimp, I'ma holler at you, man. I'm about to get up out of here and shit. And I left them doing what they was doing and shit. But as far as the intervention, getting involved, no. He said that's how you get killed too. Facts. Facts. I said the same thing and they got me kicked out the house. Ruben said, mind your business. Pretty much. If the feds don't got some kind of conviction from this case, every other rapper, CEO caught up in anything will feel the repercussions. Is D-Rock getting on the stand? I doubt it. The richest chick said that D-Rock was there when he was kicking Cassie ass. He was one of the head of security. My question is this. Is this the D-Rock? Is this the same D-Rock from Junior Mafia? That's who that is, right? Somebody help me out. Ain't that the same D-Rock that was from Junior Mafia? That was one of Biggie's homies and shit? Yeah, I thought so. I mean, the world's a small place. I'm pretty sure that's who it was and shit. But yeah, Don said that he was there. Do I got him testifying? Absolutely not. Nah. All these fake sex allegations is an extremely powerful, potent recipe to take our brother's life. Cassie wasn't forced to do anything. Diddy coming home, he's innocent. This is coming from somebody, their name is Africa Motherland. So you don't think Diddy did anything wrong, huh? All right. All right. That's why a lot more women carry guns now. Africa Motherland said he's innocent. Yo, it's 800 people here, man. I need y'all to get the likes up to like 500, man. That'll be great. Can each one of y'all who haven't liked the video, can y'all get these likes up to 500? Why do y'all be so stingy with the like button? I've never understood that. I've never understood that. I never came here and asked y'all for a penny. I upload y'all dope content from across the board, man. Interviews, exclusive shit, fitness, fashion, fly shit. Like the video, man. God damn. Sheesh. Cassie won the lawsuit against the hotel for $10 million. He said Africa Motherland standing outside the courthouse getting $20 an hour. Yo. Ball players are about to start getting hit with the trafficking. Watch. Just stepped into the chat. Is it true Sheila E. will testify in the case? I never heard that. Why would Sheila E. be involved with this case? We still ain't cracked 300 likes. It's almost 800 people here, man. The math ain't math, and this is crazy. It's the three, somebody said it's the 3 white buttons in the corner of the chat. I don't know. I ain't never been on that side of the screen. If I fly my girlfriend to come see me from a different state, they say it's trafficking. Hey, man, don't get technical on me. I just told you the definition of what they call sex trafficking. That's it. My man said, never mind, I found it. Please tell these people where they can find that like button at. Please. Tap the screen. When Warner Brothers hit Diddy with the cease and desist order for the Joker, then he showed up as Batman. That's when the shit started going down. This is the man's law. Same law used to lock that boxer up back in the day. Somebody said double tap the screen. 3 dots in the right top corner is the like button. Thank you. Anyway, he said they got it hidden, God. I got to get up off here. Y'all can like the video after I get up off here. That works for me too. But I got to get up off here. I've been here for an hour. I got to go catch up with this NBA shit. I heard OKC got Minnesota ass severely. And, hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Go to the website. Get y'all some merch. TheRealDribble.com. Get you a hard copy of PILLMATIC too, man. This shit is still dope as ever. It's a double CD. Got 2 CDs in here, 30-some tracks, man. Some of the hottest names in the underground. Produced by P.A. Dre. We got PILLMATIC 3 on the way. That's all I have for tonight. Super chats. Thank you. Y'all did y'all thing. Follow me on Instagram. If you're not, Dribble Almighty. That's my personal page. Y'all already know Gully TV _ I'm building Dribble Almighty. That's my personal page, man. Like, y'all can see me with a bunch of hip-hop legends and NBA players on that Dribble Almighty page. That's focused a little bit more on me as a person. At I Am Gully TV, that's all of the hip-hop, sports, fashion news from across the globe. But Dribble Almighty, that's my personal page, man. Make sure y'all go over there and follow that joint. All right? Peace.